I like to use calendars on my pages. It helps me keep what we're doing every day sorted out very clearly as opposed to just a list, so I can see what we've done on every day. This is the entire reason why I had you download Onetastic. I don't use any of the other macros or features of Onetastic except for inserting a calendar. You can build these by yourself just by creating a table. If you come to Insert, you can create a table here of whatever size you want, and that's how I was doing it for a while. And then I would make it into a template, and then I would copy that template to every page. But then I would have to put the numbers in every time and figure out what number was on what day, and it just was a lot more work. And then I figured out that I could download this macro, and it changed everything. So in order to put a calendar in your page, let's come back over to our test page, and let's call this a month, since that's how we'll be organizing September 2015. And I do not need the date and time that I started this page, so I'm just going to delete those out of there. Now when you put your cursor anywhere on the page, you can create a note there, and once it's there, you can come back to it and you can move it around wherever you want. It's fantastic, but I want my calendar to be right over here. So I'm going to come up to calendar. All of these features here are only here because I have the Onetastic add-on. If I did not, they would not be here. This is the calendar, insert monthly calendar. You're going to put in the year and the month that you want, what day of the week you want the calendar to start on, and you're going to want to make it large so you can write in it. And it makes you a calendar. Now I already have September at the top of the page, so this is where I'm going to write in my child's name and the track that they're on for their charter. I do this because it makes it easier when I print these out for my ES to make sure that the full name is on there as well as the track that the student is on. And I drop this right in underneath my date. When you're typing in these boxes, because it was just a table that was made in the system, it's not a picture or anything like that, if you type in and press enter, it's going to add another line to each one of your squares. So you want to either delete them, or you can let it put in extra spaces, or you can just click on the next line when you add in the next subject. But it allows you to put everything nice and clear on there. If I'm using an abbreviation, for example, with Liberty's, her math, I have MUS 13. I put that right down here so everybody knows that that MUS stands for Math UC. That is how you put a calendar in. If you want to modify your calendar a little bit, then you can come over to Layout, Table Tools, and this is where you have all the normal tools that you have in Office or Excel for selecting columns and rows and changing colors and deleting columns and rows and all of that great stuff. So that is how you put a calendar in and modify it.